We have a lot of lacrosse games to discuss, and Mike Samsel is back to break it all down. Plus, Sean Lerman is our student on Pop Quiz to talk baseball and softball. And do you want to learn how to be a track star? Well, find out next on Varsity Voice presented by SFBN. Catholic League and the team that everybody's talking about. One final thought. Let's get a big, bold prediction. Welcome to another edition of Varsity Voice presented by SFBN. I'm your host, Bluestein, and back with us is Mike Samsel. Mike, welcome back.
Thanks so much for having me again.
So we're here in spring season now, and lacrosse is basically the top sport in this area now. The Interact League, one of the best leagues in the country. We covered a huge game on SFBN this past Tuesday. The Haverford School defeats Malvern Prep 10-9 at Malvern Prep.
Yeah, what a great game this was. Malvern Prep has got to be kicking themselves because in 11, 12, 13, and 15, they lost the Interact Championship game to Haverford. Haverford has kind of controlled this matchup while Malvern Prep was up 9-5 going into the fourth quarter. Felt like they dominated the entire game. And then Tommy McNamara showed why Notre Dame was looking at him. Came in, scored the game-tying and game-winning goal with less than a minute to play. Hugely impressive.
Yeah, it really was. And Malvern Prep led by 4, as you mentioned, just could not clear the ball. Turned the ball over, and they were visibly frustrated after the game. And these two teams are going to match up again, though, on April 29th at the Haverford School. That should be a very good game as well.
Yeah, you think Malvern Prep has that game circled on their calendar?
Yeah, I think they do. And on the girls' side, another very good game. Episcopal Academy knocks off Agnes Irwin, who went into the year as a top 10 nationally ranked team, defeats Agnes Irwin 11-10 back on April 5th.
Now, I wouldn't necessarily term this as a huge upset, but a huge win for Episcopal. This is huge for them just to know they can beat Agnes Irwin. Agnes Irwin won everything last year. They won the PACE State Championship. They won the Interact. Now Episcopal seeing that, hey, someone in this league and us, we can knock them off. That's huge heading toward the playoffs.
And they are going to match up again on April 29th as well. So that game will be at Agnes Irwin.
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a date for lacrosse, isn't it?
Yeah, it really will be. In the suburbs, a lot of good lacrosse as well. And a team making noise early on, Upper Dublin. I mean, they haven't been a team that has made noise in the state tournament in the last few years, but they start off 7-0.
Well, no disrespect to the suburbs. I'm not sure if there's a lot of good lacrosse in the suburbs, but there is some. And Upper Dublin is playing it unbelievably well. We mentioned 7-0 on the season. They're winning games by something like an average of 17 goals. It's insane. They're crushing people. They defeated the defending state champion Radnor 16-4 in their opening game of the season. But I'm telling you, keep an eye on April 23rd. They face 7-0 Springford. That's going to be an interesting game. When you're a great team, but you haven't really been tested yet, you're not sure how you're going to react. And I think both teams are facing that circumstance a little bit. I want to see that April 23rd game because I'm interested to see how Springford reacts if Upper Dublin gets up or how UD reacts if Springford gets up.
Well, I think no matter what, it's going to be a very good lacrosse game. And also April 30th, Upper Dublin takes on Avon Grove, a very good team from Chester County. So that's another very big game for Upper Dublin. Now, Upper Dublin started the year defeating the defending state champion Radnor 16-4. And speaking of state champions, on the girls' side, Garnet Valley, they are off to a 7-0 start. Great start for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Garnet Valley, a good win over 5-4 Radnor. Now, I know 5-4 doesn't sound impressive, but this is a team that has played a national schedule. And it's a really, Radnor's going to make some noise before the end of the season. But Radnor lost to Conestoga, and they also lost to Garnet Valley. Those teams are going to play coming up on May 3rd. That's going to be another great game to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, it definitely will be rematch of the state championship. And so many good lacrosse matchups coming up. It's just such an exciting sport, and it's really grown here, especially in this area.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the country. About 18 months ago, I thought the ex was just the person that you used to date, but I've learned so much more about this sport, and it's really fun to watch.
It really is, as are some other spring sports, and we will continue on with our spring sports coverage next here on Varsity Voice presented by SFBN.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Buxmont Indoor Sports Center is the area's largest indoor sports and event center with over 78,000 square feet of playing and expo surface. We offer year-round programs for toddlers to teens, as well as an extensive adult league program in a variety of sports. Celebrate your birthday with an unforgettable party. Choose from Nerf Turf Tag, Bubble Soccer, or a variety of activities for a party everyone will be talking about. Buxmont is the first and only facility in the area to offer bubble ball soccer. See if you have what it takes to beat the bubble. Visit our facility, conveniently located in Hatfield, PA. For the love of the game, it's Buxmont Indoor Sports Center.
I got the personal attention I needed, I had a lot of options when I graduated, and as far as I'm concerned, this is my dream job.
Ryder prepared me for my NBA career, and I also got the education that I need for life after basketball.
I had 6 teaching internships while I was at Ryder, and right after graduation, I started a career that I love.
Are you ready for prom? Well, SFBN is. We have partnered up with several local businesses to offer our high school viewers discounts on major prom-related purchases. Clark's Premier Limousine for transportation, the Men's and Boys Store for tux rentals, LB's Cuts for men's haircuts, In Good Hands Salon for hair and nails, and Dress Up Time for prom dresses. Go to www.sfbnprom.com to receive your promo code today.
Welcome back to Varsity Voice. You know, when you're watching track and field, you might just think people are out there running around. But our Jack Kapp learned from some of the area's best that there's a lot more to it.
Runners, take your marks. Set.
Set.
Andrew, we've been looking at these blocks. I want you to explain the science of placing the block and all the things that go into the preparation for a sprint. Can you do that for me?
Yeah. I'll use it as my demonstration. You want to start with having the blocks parallel and straight to your body, and you want to get close to the blocks as you can. Make sure they're parallel, and you want to take your lead leg and you want to take a step into the blocks so your foot is adjacent to the block. You want to take a strong step with your lead foot or your strong foot and pick up the blocks and make sure, place the blocks down and have your toes against the blocks, and you're going to take your opposite foot and take another step and make sure, do the same thing, repeat the steps. So on your mark, you're going to want to get your body warm, take a few knees, steps, maybe jump up and down just so your legs get used to powering out the blocks. And then on your set, you want to stretch down, step into the blocks, make sure you're powerful, have your toes still touching the ground. The setter is going to wait until you're fully still and motionless. Going to say set. You're going to want to get your hips up and power out the blocks.
Now, is there what you might call a cadence or an amount of time between the commands of each of the starters? Are they different? Talk about that a little bit.
They are a little different. It's all up to preference of the starter. Some may have a quick set, go, or some may set, go. It may be different for any type of starter.
Keep the foot there.
Mm-hmm.
This is good.
And it fits into these.
Oh, I'm sorry, there it goes, right. We want to come up a little bit, right? So that my toe lands
Yep.
on there, right?
Just like that.
And then
And you're gonna pick the other one up.
pick the other one up, right?
And
then take it from about here.
yep.
Show me the foot position, the proper foot position.
You're gonna have your toe just touching the ground.
I need this. This is good. Yeah. Okay.
Get down.
Okay. Get down. So the first one you put back is this one.
Get
Right?
into the block. Yep.
Okay.
And then you just take a step back. Have your
Okay.
toe on the ground.
And now we're gonna come back.
Drop
with our
drop your knee
knee.
down.
Hands
Get
go down
set.
like this, right?
Yep.
Runners take your mark.
and you're in this position. Get fully still.
Okay. Second command is set.
Set.
So runners take your mark.
And-
set. And then the gun.
And
Back.
then go.
And we
Yeah.
take off.
Set.
Chanel, I need you to tell me technique for going over hurdles.
Okay, so when you start off, you take 8 steps. You have to be extremely fast. You gotta be accelerating to the first one. When you get there, you jump. You have to go with your lead leg, and then your choke leg comes over. You have to snap it over very fast.
Okay.
Basically, you push them to find out which one's their lead leg and which one's their trail leg. So, go on.
Okay, so I think it's my right then.
I think it's your right.
So the right is the lead leg.
Yes, the one that you
And-
start out with first, because that one is
Okay.
your strongest leg. That's the one
Okay.
that you push off of. That is the one that you're strongest with.
See now,
So it is
and
your
then
lead
of course the other one comes over,
Yes.
the knee comes over. So in my case, that's the one I'm gonna hit the turtle and fall on my face.
You shouldn't
No?
hit it. You use your arms, and there's this thing, it's called reading the watch. So you
So it's
read
like,
the watch.
like you're reading a watch, but
Yes.
you're not actually wearing a watch.
No. So you go over, you step over, you bring it back. You keep on running, 3 steps, same thing. Jump over, 3 steps, do it again. You keep on going like that till you reach the finish line. So pretty much the whole techniques of going over the hurdles, you really just have to be fast and diligent with your steps.
Now you're coming out of a starter's position. You come out of
You're
blocks.
coming down. Yep.
You're in blocks, right? So what is it? Ready,
Set, go.
ready, set, go,
Arms
and you
up,
just take
8 steps.
So you're doing a 100-meter hurdle. How many times are you jumping? How many hurdles are there?
10.
There's 10
There's
hurdles.
10
so
for the 100, yes.
Now you are the state champion. Am I correct?
Yes, I am.
How's that feel?
It's a great
Pretty
feeling,
cool.
yep.
And you're only a junior in high school.
Yes.
So you have another year to perfect this. So we're here at the pretend long jump pit. So go through it for me.
So what you want to do is from your mark, wherever you're from, you start from, you want to start with your dominant foot forward. So if it's your right, you will want your right foot forward and your left leg back. And then you will, for your run up, you will want a powerful plant, your first powerful plant, and then you build up your speed to the board. And once you hit the board, your right should be on the board. You come tall, straight up, looking forward. And you want to bring your hands up, stay in the air as long as you can. Come down with your feet together. And you want to walk forward, not backwards, because if you walk backwards, that's a foul.
So when you land, it's sand, am I correct? So when you land, if you fall backwards, it's a foul?
If you fall on your butt backwards, they'll measure from your butt instead of your
butt.
feet.
So it's the last thing that hits.
You'll have 3 attempts.
You have 3 attempts.
And after those 3 attempts, if you're one of the highest jumpers, you'll make it back for the finals for 3 more attempts.
So when you make that plant, take me from there. What's legit and what's illegal?
Illegal is if the board is here where my foot is and you run and your foot is over that would be called a foul because you ran over the board. But if your foot is on it or behind it, that's legal.
So where am I? Right here, am I good?
Yes, you're good.
Still good. So that's called the plant?
Yes.
So your last touch, and then you're
preparing for the takeoff to jump into the pit.
That's interesting. I never knew that you could actually touch the stripe. I thought you had to go behind it. It's not like a sprinter start. You're not starting here, right? You're starting in a standing position.
Yes, you can have a little dance if you want. They
Little
call
dance,
it
okay.
is when you step with your right foot and you rock back 1, and you come back in standing position, rock back again, and then you take off with your powerful foot.
I think I will do a dance if I'm going to do it. Yeah. So you're a sophomore here, right? You're 16?
Yes.
And are you the state champion?
Yes.
Come on, man. Max, I've got a couple questions about sprinting technique. So one of the things I want to ask you about is, number one, once you come out of the blocks, how do you gradually get into your full sprint? That's number one question. And number two question is, talk to me about the movements of the hands and what is correct and what's incorrect. So take it from there.
All right, well, basically, it depends on the type of event. From the 100 to 200, you want to stay, you want to keep your hands nice, you want to keep your palms inward. You don't really, I mean, some sprinters like to cup their hands like this, but most keep their hands out. And as you gradually pick up, you're gonna keep your knees nice and high, and you're gonna have a 90-degree arm action from lip to hip. Lip, hip, lip, hip. Yeah, you gotta keep the 90 degrees as well as you can. Keep your form, hold your form. Keep your knees up nice and high. Nice knee action. And that's...
Now, how do you stay balanced in your lane so that you don't wobble, or you want to stay in the center of the lane? Am I correct?
Basically, yeah.
Is there a technique to that, or is it just natural?
It's natural. It's basically your cadence and how you run. Keeping your legs rolling at the same speed that they usually do, and your arms pumping. If you do that, then you don't really focus on where you are in the lane, because you focus on just going forward, or on the curve you have to dip into it. So you want to stay nice and dipped. A little lean to the left, just to eliminate gravity pulling you off to the side. So it's not really anything to worry about. You never want to relax in the race, because if you relax, then you start to get too comfortable, and things may happen with that. But you want to eliminate using as much energy as possible, so you can conserve that energy for the second half of the race.
So now we want to talk about a different aspect of track and field, and this is relay races and a baton pass. So there's differences, of course, in the 4x400 versus the 4x100. There's a different type of baton pass. So why don't you two guys demonstrate, let's say the 4x100 first.
And the 4x1, it's a blind exchange, which means that the runner in the front that's receiving the baton does not look at the runner behind them. Basically, you're gonna be in a nice set position. Some runners like to do a 3-point, which means you can have like this and look under the legs. Some runners like to stay nice and low and basically be on 2 legs. So it's all about preference.
Show the hand position again.
The hand position is going to be nice. You got to give him a nice target.
There it is. And then he wraps. Beautiful, guys. Excellent.
I could do this all day. All day. I love this.
Can we just watch more of Kapp try and long jump and run hurdles?
Hey, I was there. It was not easy, like you said, but hey, Jack Kapp tried his best. And all joking aside, thank you very much to the Cheltenham Panthers track and field team. Best of luck this year. Next up, pop quiz here on Varsity Voice.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Do you like pro sports?
Yeah.
You like college sports?
Of course.
You like high school sports?
I guess.
Maybe you just don't know much about them.
Hey, voice in the sky.
Huh?
Where can I go to learn more about Philadelphia area high school athletics?
Just watch Varsity Voice every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN.
Pop Quiz is brought to you by Gear Up, a federally funded program designed to increase the number of students who are prepared to enter and succeed in post-secondary education. Gear Up provides early college awareness and academic support to students beginning no later than 7th grade, following them through high school graduation. For more information, go to www.philasd.org. Welcome back. It's time for the Pop Quiz, and for our graduate student edition, we bring back Sean Lerman. Sean, thanks for coming back.
It's good to be back, going for the PhD today.
And you're going to have to do it with baseball and softball topics. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, it's time for the Pop Quiz. We'll start in the Philadelphia Catholic League big-time matchup coming up. Who will win the battle for first place in the PCL on Monday, April 25th? A, LaSalle, B, Archbishop Wood.
I think I'm going to have to go with LaSalle for this one. Wood, obviously off to a great start to the season. They're beating everybody that they come across. But LaSalle is beating everybody that they come across and then some. They're 10-run ruling teams, winning in 5 innings, and just dominating everybody that they play. So I think I have to go with LaSalle.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with the defending champs, Archbishop Wood. Both teams are great teams. Joey Lancelotti for Archbishop Wood, going to the University of North Carolina, very good player, pitcher, and a great hitter as well. Now, Zach Moretsky has really pitched well for LaSalle. They've got some great offensive performances, but I have to stick with Wood. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very competitive game, that is for sure. All right, let's go to Suburban 1 now. The biggest surprise in Suburban 1 this year has been blank.
Well, I'll have to go with my Ben Salem Owls. I was a Ben Salem graduate in 2009, and my senior year, we went 1-15. Not a great season. Our only win was the very last game of the year at Holy Ghost. 4 of our 6 seniors were down in Florida on senior trip, and we ended up 10-run ruling them and winning the game 11-1. It was a great win. Great to see a Ben Salem team that already has 8 times as many wins as we had that season in 2009. 8-1 in the early going. I'm supposed to be unbiased, I know, but it's good to see the Owls play well.
Well, guess what? I'm going to agree. I think Ben Salem is really having such a surprising year. When I looked at the standings, saw them on top, 8-1 and 4-1 in league play, I was very surprised, and I hope that the Owls keep it up. So I'm going to agree, and good luck to your Ben Salem Owls the rest of the way. All right, let's look ahead to the state tournament now. True or false? A District 1 or District 12 team will win a state baseball championship in 2016.
That's a tough one because there are so many good teams in District 1 and District 12. But I think anytime you get into a situation where you're narrowing down who's going to win the state championship, you want to say, take the field. So I'll take the field. I say not a team from District 1 or 12.
I'm going to agree and say false as well. Yeah, it's just so tough to tell right now. North Penn obviously won the 4A last year, and they're off to a decent start this year. Lost some key players. District 12, there's some teams as well that could potentially make a run, but there's just such great baseball that is played all across the state, so it is really hard to kind of figure that out, so I'm going to 100% agree and say false. All right, let's go to softball now, Sean. True or false? Sticking in Suburban 1 here, the Neshaminy Redskins softball team will finish Suburban 1 league play undefeated.
I'll have to say true on that one. This is a really good Neshaminy team, and in softball, particularly at the high school level, you can see teams that when they have dominant pitching and they can score a lot of runs, that translates over the course of a full season. You don't see softball teams have those hiccups that sometimes baseball teams do in the second half of the year. I think this is a Neshaminy team that absolutely will go all the way.
I'm going to agree and say true as well. Neshaminy has been dominating teams. I know Pennsbury gave them a run for their money about a week ago, but other than that, Neshaminy has just been rolling teams, and they are by far the most talented team in Suburban 1, so I will agree and say true. All right, staying with the Neshaminy softball team, here's a question for you. The team who will give Neshaminy the most problems in Suburban 1 will be blank.
Well, I know you like your trick questions, so I'm going to say nobody. I think Neshaminy just runs the table. They dominate everybody they play. Maybe if there were a team that could give them a bit of a tough time, it would be Council Rock North, but I still think overall, nobody gives this Neshaminy team a tough time.
Well, I do like your answer, but this time I went with an actual team. I went with Council Rock North, but I'm going to, again, agree on the last question saying that Neshaminy will go undefeated. I think Council Rock North, if there is a team that can give them problems, it will be them. Abington also maybe with a chance, but I'm going to go with Council Rock North. But I do like your answer, and nonetheless, you pass our pop quiz. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ari.
Sean Lerman, thanks for joining us today.
It was great to be here.
Check out what's coming up on the Sports Fan Base Network. Well, that about wraps things up for this edition of Varsity Voice. And Mike, over the last couple of episodes, we have really highlighted a lot of different sports in the spring, and some of which are really growing.
Yeah, they really are. Baseball used to be dominant in the spring, and hey, maybe it still is, but you look at sports like rugby, like lacrosse, they're growing. Even track and field, you know, one of the oldest sports in the world, but it's growing in popularity. People are really paying attention, and we're starting to cover it now, and it's a lot of fun.
It really has been. And Mike, thank you very much for joining us today to discuss all these topics.
Thanks for having me again.
For Mike Samsel, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a good night. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the lacrosse matchups we're talking about in the day are going to be on.
April 29th.
Select video equipment for Varsity Voice has been provided by DMP Video. DMP Video. You provide the moment, we'll capture the memories. For more information about our videography services, please go to our website at www.dmpvid.com.
The Sports Fan Base Network, this area's leader in high school sports broadcasting, is continually bringing you the most in-depth coverage. Join us for Varsity Voice every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN, where we'll have interviews with players, coaches, writers, and more, plus analysis, highlights, and in-depth features on major topics in the Delaware Valley high school sports community. Tune in every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TCN for the best high school sports show around, Varsity Voice, presented by SFBN.